doing street work is really being out there in the community, out there on the streets, in the parks, metros, bars, you name it. It's where the people are at.
I was 12 years old. I got kicked out of my house. I went to live in Halifax with my grandmother. It was my birthday and we were all partying. I was partying with a bunch of people that were older than me, and they did up a hit in a syringe and set it on the table and told me that it was up to me, that it was my birthday and whatever. So it was there for like the whole night. It was like 2 in the morning and I finally caved. And it was just a downhill roller coaster ride from there.
I broke my back, my tailbone, and the doctor prescribed me Dilaudid. And Dilaudid is basically synthetic heroin. And when I wasn't able to get it from the doctor anymore, I started going through really severe withdrawal, which basically I started going to the streets looking for it. What's left of it, and it was a tent. Our blanket.
Oh my God.
Do you remember that blanket? I remember that blanket.
Everything's changed so much.
I know, eh?
We made it home. You know, you have to do what you have to do.
Maya is the old street worker at Head and Hands. I was sitting there one day and Donnie was there with me. We were actually, you know, just counting our change and whatever to see how much we needed to go and pick up. And I asked Maya for change and she's like, no, I don't got change, but I have condoms. And I was like, I don't need condoms, but you get needles? She gave us her card, and ever since, like, we were just like kind of hit it off, and she was like awesome, and she helped us with like everything. She was amazing.
I believe you can only really make a difference when somebody is ready to make a change and they're asking for that. If you come in and tell people what you think they should be doing, or that they, you know, need to stop using those drugs, or, you know, get off the streets, or this or that, then how are you really helping them? You're telling them what you think they should be doing, and that comes with judgment. But by being in the position of a street worker, and that's what makes it so awesome, is that you're not doing those things. You're really building relationships so that when people are ready, you know, to take that step, if and when they are ready, that you're there to do that.
Without it, people like me would continue to be on the streets. I wouldn't be where I am today. Like, I wouldn't have an apartment. I wouldn't be able to look for work. I wouldn't be stable. Wouldn't have my beautiful dog. I wouldn't have my beautiful wife. You know, it helped me. The street work program got me off the street.
If it wasn't for street work, I would still be probably using, because I didn't know where to go to get on a methadone program. I just heard that there was good programs here.
I'll always remember this one particular young woman that I was in contact with, and we had developed a relationship over time, and she ended up opening up to me and telling me that she was working in the sex trade industry, and that her boyfriend was actually her pimp, and things had gotten really bad to the point where he was very violent and controlling, and he would lock her up in the apartment when she wasn't working for him. You know, over time I just, you know, kept building on that relationship, being there for her, and letting her know what her different options were, because sometimes people don't even think about the fact that, you know, getting out is an option, but also letting her know that if that wasn't an option for her, that was okay too. And when she was ready, she came to me and asked me to help her get out of that situation. And so I was able to accompany her to a shelter where she could lay low for a while.
They have to go downtown to get most of the resources, because Head and Hands was the only street work program around.
And when there aren't street work programs offering services like clean needle exchanges, people are at much higher risk of developing bloodborne infections like HIV and hepatitis C.
So basically, a lot of people have been falling through the cracks. I would, especially at first, got a lot of calls from people from NDG, was referred, some people were referred my way. I made a lot of special trips to NDG with, namely, like around access to gear, people having a lot of needs around access to gear. Right now in the neighborhood there are no CLSCs that give out clean needles. There's one pharmacy which charges for clean needles, and there are no needle exchange programs.
Hidden Hands is a community organization focused on the empowerment of young people 12 to 25 years old. Youth from all walks of life can walk through these doors, know that they won't be judged, expect a safe space and a listening ear to help them with whatever problems they face. We've already started work on securing the long-term funding to keep this program around into the future, but building those relationships can take a long time. Winning this competition would let us fill this essential community need now and focus our fundraising efforts on securing the long-term funding to keep it around into the future.
I'm looking forward to having some street work colleagues in NDG.